We've been in this location for probably close to 20 years. We've had the same cubes, and the cubes were led to a very sort of cave-like atmosphere. Yeah, it was dark, everyone had their private little spots. It wasn't entirely productive. So when we're in the process of renegotiating the lease, they made arrangements with the facility owner to start renovating the bulk of the floor, things like the carpeting, putting in new lighting, putting in the glass panes and doors in all the offices. So it was a natural time to get all the cubes done. We started looking at a much more open, lighter design, which is what we have now. And we also consolidated spacing somewhat, to make a little more efficient use of, but overall a lot more open floor plan. And so far that's what's worked out rather well. You'll see a lot more people that tend to congregate. The new cube design with the lower wall is a lot more friendly to it. As you walk around, you will see a lot more people having informal meetings. You'll see more effective communication between cubes because you don't have to get up and walk around a wall. You can lean over a wall. It's easier to make comments over without shouting. So it's definitely a lot more effective. The initial part of each phase was, of course, a tear down and a gutting. We had to move everyone out of the cubes that were there, get all of their stuff out of it, and in the process uncover years and years worth of junk that had been buried in cabinets. That's where we found this gem, which is probably about 30 years old. You couldn't physically plug it into anything anymore. It was entertaining, but that was the first step of every phase, get everyone out. Then we had the teams come in, rip all the cubes down, get them out of the building. At that point, the general contractor would take over, start ripping up the carpeting, replacing the lighting, painting all the walls. That pretty much covered the first week of each phase. The second week, it started off with furniture delivery, which was pretty much a half-day process, largely limited by access to the building. We have a loading dock that's somewhat lower height than normal, so the truck couldn't be backed up fully. We're on the second floor, and we were limited to one elevator, so it was a lot of up and down trips. It fairly well covered day one. You'd see some cube assembly going up during the first day, sort of the skeletons, and you can see how it's gradually coming together. It was actually kind of cool to start at the beginning and watch as pieces gradually came together. You'll see a skeleton of a cube up, or a couple with all the pieces laid out where they're gonna go. And throughout the week, everything sort of falls together. We'll have network wiring and power hooked up to the cube by the middle of the week. And then pretty much every Friday morning, we can start moving people into the cubes, let them get settled, put up pictures and plants. Then we just repeat the cycle. Fred has been excellent to work with. He's been accommodating. We've gone through many, many revisions of the floor plan with little tweaks, usually at odd hours of the night, either making more room or shifting something around to fit exactly what we want. So he's put up with all of our hassle. And he hasn't snapped yet, which is, it speaks to his character. Fred was very receptive. With any changes we want, he worked with us. If we thought we had a great idea and it was really, really a dumb idea, he found a polite way to say it and point out why it was a bad idea. So we go, oh, yeah, okay, that's a really dumb idea. Let's not do that. No, I mean that's one of the the good things I like about Fred. He worked with us, and we tend to be very picky. We tend to be highly involved in the process, which can be a bit of a change from some of our sister companies in the level of involvement. No, but it's good. It worked out. I think everyone here, the upper management, is satisfied with how things turned out. And I think the important thing is it's very close to the image everyone had in their heads when we started the process. And I guess in a lot of cases things will look completely different, but I think everything was represented clearly, so we knew what it was going to look like, and it actually turned out like that. The majority of the employees are happy, the management is happy with the way everything looks. It's so much better around the office. It's a much better feel. I definitely work with Fred again. Yeah, and hopefully we will be later this year as we look at some of the office furniture and whatever else comes up.